Now then, people, good evening and welcome back to the Just Joe Football Show. I hope you are all doing well. It's a late one. Late Night Leeds is back, baby. Hope you're all doing well. I was going to speak on this earlier on, but obviously we did the press conference reaction and then I've got my kids. It's the weekend. It's Friday. So I thought, do you know what? I'll wait till it's bedtime and then I'll hop on. I hope you're all doing well. Please do smash me a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel. Get your comments in. Hit that notification bell and all that jazz. Okay, so it's been made official. We spoke about this just the other day, but it has been made official now that Angus Kinnear from the club will depart at the end of the season. We knew that this was going to happen, but the club have made it official to say that Leeds United can confirm that CEO Angus Kinnear will leave his position with the club at the end of the season. He's been in the role since 2017 and oversaw promotion to the Premier League in 2020. The ownership transitioned to 49ers Enterprises in 2023, along with the purchase of Elland Road and its return to the club. He will continue to serve as CEO until the end of the season to support a smooth handover process, and we'll discuss that handover process in just a sec. And that's where we're going to move on to now. So it says the club is also delighted to welcome Peter McCormick, who has resigned from his current roles at the Premier League and will be joining the club as executive vice chairman. Bringing his experience as the former chair of both the Premier League and Football Association, McCormick will support Chairman Parag Marathe and other senior executives regarding strategic planning, stadium redevelopment and commercial matters, and will represent the club in key meetings. Listen, I don't know enough about the background stuff to speak with knowledge, but I would imagine him sort of taking on Parag's role and representing Parag in meetings, etc., is similar to what Angus was doing previously. Executive vice chairman, CEO, I don't know if they have any correlation, parallels between what their tasks are day to day, for example. But obviously, Parag as well he's going to be spread very thin, if he isn't already, with the 49ers Enterprises, the Rangers stuff, the fact that Greta Steinson moved up to be look after a host of football clubs, if you like, because Leeds United or the 49ers are definitely looking for this multi-club model. And I think it's a way a lot of the American ownerships are going. Chelsea have done it. City Group, obviously, that's a law unto itself. But the Americans are doing that, and I think that's what the plan is, I guess, with the 49ers. And I guess what it also does, it sort of, that old regime now, it's done in it, it's gone. I still think, listen, it is what it is. You know my thoughts on it. But yeah, Angus was the last bastion of the Radrazani era still at the club, and now he's moving. And he's moving on to pastures new. He's going to Everton, who have new ownership with the Free King Group, are going in the right direction, have a new stadium. And we know of Angus historically has worked at Arsenal, West Ham, Leeds, and now will be at Everton, and has been involved in new stadiums and stuff in the past. Helped with the Emirates, helped with the London Stadium, etc. Chairman Marathe goes on to say, "I want to thank Angus for his commitment and service for so many years and for being our fantastic steward and leader of the club. As we move forward, I'm confident that the incredible talent across our team will sustain our success. In the meantime, I look forward to continuing to work with both Angus and Peter as we fight for promotion in the coming weeks." It's quite a big statement as well to say that Peter McCormick has resigned from his current roles at Premier League and will be joining the club as executive vice chairman, which does sort of contradict this slightly, because it sounded like initially it would be sort of like an advisory role, but I'm not too sure whether or not that's the case now. Because they talk about Kinnear here, but then they go on to speak a little bit on Peter McCormack for anyone who hasn't, read this as of yet. I will go on. So Leeds United or 49ers has moved to hire McCormick immediately. McCormick, a vastly experienced lawyer, has held numerous senior positions across the Football Association and Premier League. McCormack became interim chairman of the FA, replacing Greg Clark. Then in the same month, he was unanimously appointed by the 20 clubs as interim chairman of the Premier League until January of 2023. He still holds seats on 3 FA committees. He's the chairman of the Premier League Stadium Fund and trustee of the Football Foundation, which is great to see. He's obviously got his finger in a lot of pies and will know the landscape of the Premier League, the ins and outs, and that can only be a positive, having someone like that at the club. It says McCormick, who previously held the director role at the club in the 90s, is not expected to be a temporary hire at Elland Road. Part of his... Oh, right, okay. So I read that previously as him being temporary, but he's not. Part of his initial remit will be to oversee the transition between Kinnear and a long-term replacement. Generally, non-executive directors advise and oversee a company's executive team without managing day-to-day operations. McCormick would, for example, represent Chairman Parag Marathi at the meetings when the American is unable to attend. United's long-term plans for its chief executive position remain up in the air. Kinnear will continue to steer the ship through the closing months of the season, buying the ownership time. Meanwhile, McCormick will start supporting the executive team immediately. So there, it is all change at the football club. We've heard noises in the last 24 to 48 hours about a potential new director of football. We had the guy who was at Bellafield. However, that's been kiboshed by the YEP, and normally with that stuff, they'll either no comment to the YEP or just totally distance themselves. So it sounds like they totally distance themselves from the YEP, so it looks like that's definitely not happening. The guy who was previously at Bellafield, who we spoke about yesterday, but I think it's the right action to take in terms of getting a director of football. I know we came away from it previously, but it almost felt like too many cooks spoiled the broth. When we had Jordan Miles, Steinson, Hammond, Farker, Parag, Angus, everybody, every man and the dog, basically. Phenomenal CV, Professor. You're right. Phenomenal CV. Hey, Joe, how did you pack it? No, I packed 2 foot birthday items, and there were 2. I'll tell you who they were this guy here. I'm just doing that. Sorry, let me share this. I'm just doing that Havertz. I got this guy twice, Grull, whatever his name is. So I'm just doing the Havertz SPC with some fodder, actually, mate. So, yeah, just need to submit that. Should we see if we pull out from this mega pack? We definitely won't. Let's have a look. We never do. Nah, no foot birthday items, just an 88 Renard that I've already got, because this is what happens. Oh, I did have. Sorry, I put her in that SPC. Nothing changes on FIFA. Nothing changes. Although, I tell you what I did get the other day, which I was quite surprised with, because it was quite a pull. I think he was going for about 300k, was the Darwin Núñez. And we know how lethal Darwin Núñez is on this game. I did pull him the other day. I did the Rafinha SPC, was a naughty card as well. It's not a bad side, can't lie. Bruno Guimaraes will probably drop out because I really like this card. Wow, Gomez, but... he will probably drop out for the Havertz because the midfielder one's naughty. To be honest, I've got loads of fodder. I just tend to use my gold instead of all these here. So, yeah, I've got all these here that I could probably use. But anyway, we're not here to talk FIFA. Yes, big up to Everton. Do you know what? Just on Kinnear. Fans, he obviously rubbed fans. We've spoke about it before. But he's good at his job. I know we became frustrated and disillusioned towards the end, but he's good at his job. You don't work at Arsenal, West Ham, Leeds, Everton, if you're bad at your job. So I think it's a good job. Kinnear at the end of the season, big job ahead. Yes, very big job ahead. I wish I could give you more details as to the things that we know about Angus is the bad things. We don't see the day-to-day running of stuff that we go. We probably did have too many people, but we still signed. Yeah. I think it damaged us. I think that's why we saw a streamlining of it. That's why we're seeing the streamlining of it. Because ultimately, the manager didn't get his 10. The manager didn't get the positions that he wanted. He mentioned the 10 in the summer and again in January, and he didn't get it. So that for me isn't working. Like, you've got to praise what we did get, of course, but you can always do better. And I think it's the right direction to have a director of football, for me, anyway. I think it's the best course of action for a football club to take in 2025, for sure. For sure. That's why we obviously got rid of, some stuff. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what it'll be remembered. Like, yellow shirts never do well. Bielsa got offered players. He didn't want them. And then you find out the players. You offered him the same players that you offered him the fucking summer before. All that sort of stuff. It is what it is. The Myanmar fiasco, There was all sorts that went down, but we don't think about all the good things, because I can't tell you what the good things a CEO does. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, back to winning ways. Of course, Jay, that's going to happen Sunday. I've got watch along tomorrow as well, 3:00. So make sure you join me for that. We will be there. We will be live. Yeah, we will be there. I did see this article as well that Baron Cross put up, and we're talking about change and stuff like that. So I wanted to throw this in about Harry Gray as well, because I did not know that Archie was known as Harry's brother. Like, that's insane. Like, within the football club, according to the article, Archie Gray was known as, that's Harry's brother. Harry's younger. But obviously, if you're getting mad, that's Harry's brother, not Harry's Archie's brother, that's some madness going down. I would say, like, I've not known him sort of be called that, if that makes sense. Like, this is what they've put on Twitter. So Archie Gray is a Premier League star, but for a long time he was known as Harry's brother. I think it's a madness. So, we've all heard Harry Gray now at this point, isn't it? But to know that was his moniker. You're Harry's brother, aren't you? When you ask people who have watched Harry Gray's development at Leeds United training ground over the years, an anecdote keeps cropping up. One given weight by his elder brother's Archie's meteoric rise. Multiple sources who, like others in this article, spoke under the condition of anonymity to protect relationships, said Archie, as good as he would be described as Harry's brother, which is mental. As he rose through the age groups at Leeds, despite being the older sibling, furthermore, people meeting Archie for the first time would sometimes ask him if he was Harry's brother. When you now consider Archie, 18, is about to complete a maiden Premier League campaign with Tottenham, after a £40 million move from Leeds last summer, it says a lot about Harry's reputation. Harry, at 16, is making waves with Leeds under-21 side while he trains with the first-team squad, currently leading the race for automatic promotion from the Championship. He is a talent who might not be a secret for much longer. Move out of the way, Mateo. Go out on loan, son. Harry's about to hit the front. Last summer, Leeds fans suffered a devastating loss when Archie Gray moved on. The Greys are synonymous with the club, with several members of the family having played for them since the 60s, but the blow of that transfer to Spurs was softened by the emergence of his younger brother in pre-season. Harry Gray, then 15, made a non-competitive senior debut in a July friendly at Yorkshire neighbours Harrogate Town and was one of 5 outfield youngsters chosen by manager to be part of a subsequent pre-season training camp in Germany. Whispers about Gray being leaking from Leeds training ground Four Parch for years, about a mythical 10 goals a game splurges, but his inclusion in the party travelling to Germany was the first public admission of the quality of player Leeds had on their hands. Gray returned from that trip with a back problem caused by his age and growing. It was nothing major and he was managed through the subsequent months before returning to match action in Premier League 2 in mid-January. Regular minutes for the under-21s in that competition are expected over the rest of the season, but all eyes will be on when Farke gives him that senior debut. Andy Wright was in the Leeds squad that won the 96-97 FAU Cup, and he's now lead coach with the Yorkshire-based Eye-to-Eye International Soccer Academy. His professional coaching experience stretches 12 years, but he spent 6 of them at the heart of Leeds Academy. He first came across Gray in the under-10s at Four Parch, then watched his development more closely from under-12s to 14s. Of all the young talents Wright has worked with, he was asked what makes Gray stand out. It's his mentality. His desire to win certainly set him apart. The standards he expected for himself were always absolutely above and beyond anything else. How could I describe him as a player? He was just doing things you wouldn't expect. He could win a match on his own when you probably wouldn't expect him to do that. He would do things you'd just think, wow, his finishing stood out with both feet. He could beat you one-on-one. He could hold up the ball, back to goal, spin you and chip the goalkeeper. He could run in behind. As a coach, you try not to get too excited. You're wondering where they're going to end up. But this kid's really, really special. That's the only way I would describe him. Darren Arnott is currently head coach of Hong Kong's under-20s, having previously had 3 spells working in Leeds Academy. Most recently, he was there from January 23 until May last year. Coaching across the under-15, under-16 and under-18 side, he was part of the coaching staff for last season's run to the FA Cup Youth final. Arnott says, I was fortunate to work a little bit in the past with Archie when he was younger. The boys have a very similar kind of mindset. They're really good problem solvers. Archie spoke about Ballon d'Ors and Champions League and Premier Leagues and stuff. So if they've got similar mindset, I'm all good. Harry is hyper in everything. His learning style is interesting because he would be the one at the back of the group juggling a football while you make a group intervention. It could be perceived as lacking focus, but you ask him what you said and he could recite it with his eyes closed. He's hyper-intelligent. His thinking frequency is buzzing at much higher level. He just loves challenges. For those who aren't aware, yeah, it spoke about Grays there. Even though he'll have the pressure of the family name, that never bothers Harry. I've never seen a kid play with such belief and absolutely no fear. I still speak with people at the club, so I know he's training with the first team. That won't faze him one bit. He'll embrace it. He'll enjoy the challenge, and he'll really back himself as well. That self-belief is really big in Harry. Can't wait, boy! I remember one time he came in early for the analysis session and the analyst put the TV on to try and set up the laptop and there's a Scottish Premiership game on. As the analyst was about to change the input to HDMI, Harry went, oh, wait, they'll score in a second. Wait, they scored. How did you know that? He said, I watched it 7 days ago. He scores, then he gets a free kick, puts it here and he does that. It's like an encyclopedia of football in his brain. He has a pure love for the game. So, yeah, you can see, man, just reading through this, he's not someone you would show specific technique to. You wouldn't try to teach him that way. You would challenge him by saying, hey, Harry, I saw the other day a player did this on this angle and lifted it over the keeper or put it through his legs, put it top corner with his weak foot. That's a great finish. In half an hour, he's trying to work it out and figure it out for himself. You put him with the under-18s, he scored goals, but maybe his overall game isn't brilliant in the first phase. Then after a couple of games, he understands the game and it's easy for him. Put him with the under-21s, the same thing happens. You put him in the first team, I hope and pray the same thing happens, and I imagine it will. Let's have a look. I think, I'll get to some of your comments, because I can see a lot of people, obviously, but he'll go. And it's a different kettle of fish if Leeds United are in the Premier League. Let's have a look what else we need. Let's have a look. The former Leeds, Spurs and England winger Aaron Lennon was part of the club's under-18 coaching staff last season. In October, Lennon told UK radio station TalkSport of Gray, he is ridiculous, he is frightening, he's a number 10, number 9. I don't want to talk about him too much. I think everyone will want him. He's that good. He's probably the best I've seen in years. That came from Aaron Lennon. He's played with the likes of Defoe, Keane, Bale, Berbatov. I remember Aaron coming in from doing some finishing with him and he was just shaking his head laughing, saying he finishes off his left foot as good as any senior pro I've seen. You don't have a clue what you're on about, George. If you're going to say stuff, at least make sure you're backing it up because he's played a hell of a lot more than any of us expected, mate. I don't know where you get that from. Yeah, let's have a look. He thinks Gray's on par with those talents. It's the finishing that wasn't normal for me. He said his right foot's unbelievable, but you put him on his left and he hits the ball so cleanly and it's gone. It's like a bullet and it's in the back of the net. When I was a younger player, I played with some very, very good players. He's better than them. The Michael Owens I've played with, the finishing, he's as good as I've ever seen. There you go. Excited 16-year-old. Who was it who said it? What's it called? Jerry McNamee said he was like Haaland. George, you've had an air. He has, man, because he's played a hell of a lot as Archie Gray. That's what I'm saying. Okay, let's get into some of your comments. Buzzing, Kinnear is gone. Hours tricks, all good, mate, all good. Warm in here tonight, though, I can't lie. Yeah, totally different calibre. Worked at the upper echelons of the Premier League, the FA, so it can only be good. Peter McCormack is his name. I didn't actually mind Angus. I know he's not everyone's cup of tea, but I think he's done a good job. Yes. Exactly. Now a fully fresh start from the last ownership in the Premier League. Bam. And we will get there, folks. Genuinely. He's from Harrogate and he worked at the club in the 90s as well. So there you go. No more We Tried FC. Yeah, I wonder if it'll change now with the square ball and if they'll get someone, it'll be difficult for them to do. They have a good relationship with Kinnear, don't they? Getting all the pieces ready for the Prem. Indeed, we are. Everyone, drop a like and subscribe. Pay your rent. Tell them, Jay. Tell them. Refuse to get excited about Harry because he'll leave soon anyway. Don't, Jamie. Try not to be so negative, bro. Even if he's here for 2 seasons, enjoy it. Enjoy it. You know? He will make the first team, though. They won't get rid before he hits the first team, and we'll get to enjoy him. Archie Gray would have still been here if we'd have got promoted last season. They're not in any rush, aren't the Greys? They're not in any rush because they'd have already moved them both out of the academy. Because people were aware of Archie and Harry for a long time. They'd have already got them out of the academy. They know it's the best place for him right now. They'll let him break into the first team. They'll take their time. They're not daft. They're footballing men, aren't they? They're footballing men. Finley Gorman's a totally different kettle of fish. It's not similar to the Greys. If City could take the Greys, they would have, but they haven't been able to. So, yeah. Harry will play for the first team before he goes anywhere. Yeah, exactly, Tyler. This is the thing. He will stay at Leeds United. They're Leeds United fans. They're Leeds United fans. Their family are Leeds United fans. They would have had the opportunity to let them leave long before. I remember being at a live event and Andy Hughes was speaking and he spoke about Charlie Creswell. Obviously, Charlie Creswell didn't go on to hit the heights we thought he would, but like people were trying to get Creswell out. He spoke about City being interested in Creswell and they couldn't get him out because the Creswells, again, being at the football club. His younger brother is also at the football club. They'd have got them out already. You know what I mean? Yeah. Massive call. Massive call. It is negative, though, because you should be. It is negative, mate. By that logic, just don't get attached to anyone in your life, bro. It's mad. Yeah, he's on a mad one tonight, I've noticed. He was disagreeing with the whole too many cooks spoil the broth and that. I wonder if Archie has a buyback. Yeah, that's not happening. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm just going to have a look, actually, and... let's have a look. Yeah, Archie Gray's played 20 times in the Premier League this season, and then also played in Europe as well. George, so he played a lot. If he's better than Archie, absolutely class, great. Don't see him staying, especially with football money these days. There you go. Harry was at City and moved back after a year. He knows where home is. I didn't know that. There you go. Did not know. Has shown interest in English footballer who plays for Leeds Academy. You sure he was at City? When was that? They were interested, but that was back in 2023, mate, when they were interested then. But yeah, I don't know if was he actually at City? I didn't know that. Are you sure? Are you sure? To be sure? Bloody hell, it was warm in here. If we were promoted, how much do you think? Don't know, mate. Don't know. Wish I knew. It's going to be a lot. I'm not sure, Riley, you know. I don't think they'd have let him cook. I don't know. Maybe you're right. I know they were interested, but this is the thing, innit, with Premier League as well. 200 million is not even a lot of money, Dr. Cox. These days, it's not. It's mad, isn't it? It's genuinely crazy how much you need to spend. Like, how much did Ipswich spend this year? I'm curious. Does it say 24, 25? 150? Is that what they spent, Jamie? Wow. Just looking here, Philogene 23, Omari Hutchinson 23, Jacob Greaves 21, Delap 17. That looks like a snip now. Jack Clark 17, Darrow O'Shea 14, Schmodix 10, Miorich. I don't know why they bought that Miorich. Palmer, Kayusta was a loan. Spent a lot of money on loan transfers as well. Godfrey and Ciso, Phillips, Johnson. Yeah, it's mad. Yeah, I think so as well. Yeah. First signs of spring, I'll take it, mate. But to be fair, though, that's what I'm saying. They'll go down, right? They will lose some players. I think they could lose Omari Hutchinson. They'll lose Delap, obviously, and a few others, but they'll have another crack at the whip. I don't know if there'll be much clamour for what's his face? What's the manager called? I forget his name. I don't think there'll be as much clamour for him this time around as they were last season. So I think he'll still be there, which can only be good for them, and they'll try come back at the first time of asking, and I think they'll be in with a massive shout. As will Sunderland if they back Reggie Labrie next season. It'll be a difficult division. Leicester will be down there, although I hope Leicester just get absolutely rinsed, Townsend free transfer from West Brom. James, you're right. Money doesn't mean success. We need to be clever with it, not get taken for mugs because we're Leeds United. And hopefully the 49ers will be well aware of that. I don't know if Leicester are going to get points deduction, mate, to be honest. It's an interesting one. Because they got away with one in the Premier League, didn't they? So what's to say they don't again? Lawyers, man. Lawyers are as important as fucking players these days. It's mad. Genuinely, it's mad. We cannot not go. Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, we will though, Jamie. We will. Like, I'm genuinely not concerned at all. We've drawn a game. I think Chris Wilder, when he mentioned Liverpool drawing with Villa and everyone going, "Oh my God, whoa!" And then what happened? Liverpool have now dicked the league, and I expect the same from Leeds United. The fixtures are too kind to us. Mate, I'd take a lot, but people will sit here and say, nah. Would I take Jadon Philogene? I'll go through what they've bought this season, yeah? Would I take Jadon Philogene? Yes. Would I take Omari Hutchinson? Yes, I wanted him anyway. Jacob Greaves, good centre-back, yes. Liam Delap, yes. Jack Clark, no. Darrow O'Shea, no. Sammy Schmodix, no. Miorich, no. Kayusta in midfield, yes. Calvin Phillips, yes. The rest, maybe not. But there are some that I would take. But people go, yeah, I still want Calvin. Not a bad player, folks. And I think he'll come, and I think Leeds will go for him. And it'll be like, the prodigal son has returned, and he'll be awesome again. You heard it here first. Go through Southampton. Ramsdale, yes. Howard Bellis, yes. Yeah. Who else did they buy? Bellicott chap, decent. Who else? Let's have a look. Manning, no. Charlie Taylor, no. Carl Walker-Peters, yes. Not that many from Southampton, to be fair. Ugo Chukwu, yes. Mateus Fernandez, yes. Mateus Fernandez, no, not squad player. These are top players. Tyler Diblin, yes. But not that many from Southampton. And then Leicester. I mean, Leicester are going to get picked apart anyway. So it is what it is. Delap every day of the week, but Delap's going somewhere else. Not for Premier League. Fernandez, yes. He was at Sporting last season, Jamie. You're doing a madness, mate. Hermanson, yes. Didi, yes. Sumari, yes. El Canus, yes. Buenanotte, yes. The rest, nah. the rest now. So I'd actually take more from Ipswich. Isn't that mad? I'd take more from Ipswich. But yeah, hardly any. Yeah, well, I like Ndidi. I like Samari in midfield. We were actually linked to Samari. Hermanson's a top keeper. Chelsea want him, don't they, though? So I have to wait and see. But there is a lot that I think we as fans will go, oh, relegated, oh, shite. And it's like, well, no, they're top players. Top players, not cash for Schmeichel. Nah, I did listen to him though. He spoke very well on the overlap thing the other day. That was quite a listen. Enjoyed it. How's everyone feeling about this weekend? Not so much our game, but obviously tomorrow at 3:00 we've got some. Yeah, El Canoes is very good. We've got some games to cover. Sheffield United play Preston. No, I don't like Mavididi. I don't think he's great. Like Philogene and Omari Hutchinson are levels above Mavididi. So top players who aren't doing it in the Prem. No, but they're in relegation sides, bro. They're in relegation sides. Again, so that's like saying that Liam Delap not doing it in the Premier League. Well, he is. He's just at Ipswich. Kuyusta's been playing well for Ipswich. Yeah, Jack. It's nice, man. It's nice. But tomorrow we've got Sheffield United versus Preston, Burnley at home to Luton. Carl Walker-Peters, yeah, definitely. I'm surprised he's still there, to be honest. I'm surprised he spent time in the Champo, truth be told. Sheffield United versus Preston, though, that's the game that we're going to be covering. Obviously, we get the live scores with the graphic and everything anyway, so we're going to be able to cover Burnley-Luton. But Sheffield United versus Preston, that's the one where I think we might get a result. Preston are draw specialists. We genuinely might get a result in that. So watch this space. If we're going to get a result in any of them, it'll be that one. So let's hope it happens. I'm going to have a look, actually. Sheffield United aim to strengthen their position. It's 2 points. Let me just have a look what the history is. 1 second. Just having a look. Obviously, 9 victories, 8 defeats, albeit with 7 of those losses coming from 16 away league games. Following draws at home to Burnley and Millwall, and away loss to Coventry, the Lily Whites hosted rivals Burnley again and booked an FA Cup semi-final spot with a 3-0 win. Share of the points against Swansea. Yeah, a lot of draws, isn't there? Consecutive clean sheets, Paul Heckingbottom, yeah. But consecutive clean sheets. It's going to be a tight one, that. So would you take Christensen back? Because no. No. No, because Christensen's shit. That's the point. Christensen's shit. You're only saying Delap because he's got G&A. But Jaden Philogene, Amari Hutchinson, Kayusta, they've all played their part and played well for Ipswich this season. So this is a madness that you're doing. You're just looking, because Delap. Do you know about Tyler Diblin, Jamie? Do you know about Tyler Diblin? Or Fernandez, who's playing in midfield at Southampton? Do you know about these players? It's just, we need better. We need better. No, you don't. You can take parts. It's like saying in Didi, Samari, they're bad players because they're in the Leicester side. It don't work like that. No, I haven't, bro. I packed. I was just showing everyone, mate. I packed this gadget here, man. I packed Foot Birthday Dude twice, and he's dead. He's some German left winger. I forget his name, Bobic or something. Fucking Bobic plays like Bobic, Bobic. I don't even know. He's in me. This guy here, mate. I'll show you. I did save him, and I was like, oh, buzzing. But I got him twice. Hang on. Grull. I got him twice. But this is what I got right now, bro. I'm doing this one up. I did pack him the other day, though. which was good from SBC. But I'm doing the King Kai one. So we'll get that done with fodder and see what we got. Abdul Rahman Al Khalifi, big up to you. He says, Salam alaikum. Walaikum salam, my brother. And friends, only here to wish you all good wishes during our holy month. Yeah, Ramadan Kareem. Wishing you all good health and happiness and blessings. Peace for all mankind. Inshallah. Mashallah. Thank you very much for the support. My man, is Pascal off to Spurs? No, big up Abdul Rahman for that, by the way. Morgan Rogers ain't good. He is. He's a baller. He's unreal. Unreal. Which Villa picked him up from Middlesbrough as well. That's mad. I know he was at City Group before that and had gone to lower leagues before working his way back up. But I remember when he moved to Villa, and I remember second tier boys saying, "You don't get it. He's been good." Yeah. And then look at him getting in good call up this time around. Probably absolute dancer. But we will be there. So, folks, what we're going to do now is head off because I'm going to play some foot champ. And I'm sweating my tits off. I'm going to set up my streams, though, tomorrow about 2:45 because Burnley play Luton, Sheffield United. Burnley play Luton, Sheffield United play Preston. So let's hope for some positive results. Then we'll get your preview after that. And then obviously Sunday we play and we'll be going off live from about 11 o'clock. Abdul Rahman, thank you so much. Legend. And thank you to everyone for keeping the chat popping tonight. Enjoy your evening and I'll see you tomorrow at about 2:45. Peace out, folks. Peace and love. Ramadan.